Mario and Peach are like the divorced parents of the Smash Bros. World, and I know you're asking, why? Well, let's just say one of them wasn't always as loyal as you would think. And what's even worse is that they're not the only ones to act like this. There are some undiscovered love triangles, romantic betrayals, and drama in the Smash Bros. World that would make any anime character blush. I've uncovered a few outright cases of infidelity, and a whole lot of eyebrow-raising moments that have now forever ruined my childhood. Once you know, you can't unknow. I'm putting every single Smash Bros. Character, both the cheaters and those cheated on, into one of the following tiers. Number 1, infidelity. Number 2, something's fishy. And 3, nope, never. Let's start with The Legend of Zelda. Link from The Legend of Zelda isn't just a hero, he's Hyrule's answer to a romantic juggling act. Across his many adventures, he always seems to have a love interest, or several, each more complicated than the last. Even when he's a wolf in Twilight Princess, he lets Minda ride him. No, not like that, which raises a few eyebrows in the royal courts of fanfiction. Let's break it down. In Ocarina of Time, Link has Malone giving him goo-goo eyes while Zelda, Sheik, is sneaking him cryptic messages on the sly. In Breath of the Wild, Mipha doesn't just drop hints, she makes him a literal engagement gift. You can't get clearer than that. In Skyward Sword, sparks are flying between him and Zelda like a stray lightning strike. And Toon Link, sailing the seas in Wind Waker with Tetra, aka Pirate Zelda, has tropical romance written all over it. Even young Link's timeline-hopping escapades in Majora's Mask involve heartwarming connections with Anju and Cremia, while Malone back in Ocarina of Time probably wonders if he'll ever call again. And let's not pretend there's no overlap. With timelines as tangled as Hyrule's vines, you know Link's occasionally left someone waiting on a date while off gallivanting with someone else. Every version of Link is out here wielding the Master Sword and the Sword of Heartbreak. As for the rest of the crew, Zelda may seem like the constant in Link's life, but her chic alter ego is strictly business, focusing on saving Hyrule and keeping her DMs professional. Meanwhile, Ganondorf is too busy chasing power and Triforces to swipe right on anyone. Link, in all his forms, gets bumped to the infidelity tier, because when you're the hero of time, you don't just save hearts, you break them. Zelda, Sheik, and Ganondorf stay firmly in nope, never. They're too busy for messy love triangles. Swiftly moving on to Castlevania. What's sexier than vampires? If you're gonna say Link is a wolf, I respect your preferences, but I'm gonna have to hard pass on that one. We're done with that now. The answer I was looking for is vampire hunters. So let's talk about Simon and Richter Belmont, the muscled heartthrobs of Castlevania. Simon's too obsessed with his whip to spend any time on girls. You know, one needs to be in a relationship to get cheated on, maybe after he slayed Dracula. Richter, on the other hand, gets a little more personal in the Symphony of the Night era, where he's canonically married to Annette. But there's also no infidelity present here, as far as I could find out. Next up is Star Fox. Fox McCloud, the fearless leader of the Star Fox team, has a love life as turbulent as a barrel roll gone wrong. Sure, it starts sweet in Star Fox Adventures. He saves Crystal. She joins the crew, and they seem like the galaxy's next power couple. But by Star Fox Command, things hit the hyperdrive of awkwardness. In a move that proves even ace pilots can crash and burn, Fox asks Crystal to leave the team for her safety. Really, Fox? That's the intergalactic equivalent of the "it's not you, it's me" text. And what does Crystal do? She doesn't just leave, she joins Starwolf. You know, the team led by Fox's nemesis, Wolf O'Donnell. Enter Panther Caroso, Starwolf's resident smooth talker, who wastes no time flirting with Crystal like it's an Olympic sport. The best part? Fox and Crystal never officially broke up. That's right, my guy didn't just lose her, he airdropped her straight into another team's arms. And while Panther is out here purring sweet nothings, Fox is left trying to shoot down Starwolf with a broken heart. Verdict? Infidelity. Crystal traded Fox for a Panther, and honestly, who could blame her? Meanwhile, Wolf O'Donnell keeps his hands, and paws, clean. Sure, he's leading a band of mercenaries, but romance? Betrayal? That's not Wolf's game. He's too busy barking orders to worry about heartbreak. Would anyone even dare two-time Wolf? I wouldn't. Verdict? Nope, never. Wolf's got too much alpha energy to get tangled in romantic nonsense. And then there's Falco Lombardi, the cocky ace pilot with a soft spot for Kat Monroe. Their flirty banter suggests something is there, but it never takes off in the games. Maybe Falco's just too busy looking cool to commit, or maybe Kat's got a side hustle in another galaxy. Verdict? Something's fishy, because with Falco, it's always a coin toss whether he's flying solo or chasing Kat's tail. Fox's romantic drama adds a new layer to the Star Fox saga and proves that even the fastest pilots can't outrun relationship problems. Now for a big one, Pokemon. When it comes to the Pokemon universe, romance takes a backseat to catching them all and becoming the very best. The series is more about bonds between trainers and their Pokemon than any soap opera-worthy love triangles. Ash Ketchum? His biggest relationship is with Pikachu. And trust me, Pikachu isn't sneaking off with another trainer. And as far as I could see, the Pokemon themselves have never been in romantic relationships, except for some dodgy fan art I found. Please remind me to clear my browser history. All of them go into the Nope Never category. And then we've got Joker from Persona. Joker might be a master thief, but when it comes to romance, he's out here stealing hearts and hoarding them like rare treasure in Persona 5. The game doesn't just allow players to romance multiple characters simultaneously. It practically hands you the keys to a love penthouse and says, go wild! Anne, Makoto, Haru, Futaba, Kawakami, the list goes on, and Joker juggles them all like a carnival performer with too many torches. And it doesn't always end well for him. But here's the kicker. This isn't just about Joker being the phantom playboy. In the chaotic world of Persona 5, you just know at least a couple of these ladies are running side quests of their own. Kawakami? She's a maid-for-hire with a secretive streak. Haru? She's got the kind of socialite connections that scream, I've got options. Joker might think he's the one pulling the strings, but there's a good chance he's just another mask in someone else's collection. Verdict? Infidelity. Joker isn't just playing the field, he's turned it into an RPG dungeon where cheating is the final boss, and Valentine's Day is the worst if you can't choose just one girl. But in true Phantom Thief fashion, he's not just doing it, he's probably getting it done to him too. That's just karma. Next up, Metroid. The Metroid series is laser focused on action, survival, and intense rivalries, and although that does sound like reality television, there's no room left for romantic drama. While Metroid Other M explores Samus's relationships with Adam Malkovich and Anthony Higgs, these bonds are built on respect and camaraderie, not romance. And Dark Samus and Ridley? They're strictly antagonists, with no romantic ties to anyone, thankfully. Let's drop all of these fighters in the Nope Never bucket and move on quickly to Tekken. I had a weird dream about Ridley once, and let's just say this is somewhat triggering. Tekken. In Tekken 2, Kazuya Mishima and Jun Kazama share a complex relationship that results in the birth of their son, Jin Kazama. While their union is central to the series' narrative, Kazuya's involvement with other characters such as Anna Williams has led to fan speculation about potential infidelity. However, the games do not provide explicit evidence of Kazuya being unfaithful to Jun. So this one is most definitely going in the something fishy category. And next, we're Earthbound. The only infidelity I could find in Earthbound is during the game's ending when Lardna Minch, Poki's mother, is found with Mr. Prettyman in the Minch household. Their interaction suggests a possible affair, as Lardna implies a relationship with Mr. Prettyman while her husband's away. But neither of their cheating asses made it to Smash Bros, so that doesn't count. Ness and Lucas, on the other hand, are squeaky clean. Their stories focus on friendship, courage, and family bonds, with no hints of romantic drama or betrayal. Category? Nope, never. But what about F-Zero? Captain Falcon looks dapper in his racing suit, but he has no time for romance, let alone betrayal, when he's too busy driving at light speed and punching people into oblivion. That's why his new home is also in the Nope Never category. But then there's Fire Emblem. In Genealogy of the Holy War, Deirdre, initially married to Sigurd, loses her memory and is subsequently manipulated into marrying Arvis. Meaning, there's some solid cheating going on here. But there's only one problem. They're not in Smash Bros. Another Fire Emblem character, Sylvain, who's known to pursue multiple women at once, has also not been invited to the Smash Bros. Party, leaving us with just the most wholesome characters. Marth, Roy, Ike, Robin, Lucina, Corinne, Crom, and Byleth have never been cheated on as far as the world knows. Moving on swiftly to Kid Icarus. Pit serves as the loyal captain of Palatina's army. Their relationship is characterized by deep trust and camaraderie, with Palatina providing guidance and support during Pit's missions. While their bond is strong, the nature of their relationship remains professional, and there is no canonical evidence to suggest romantic involvement or infidelity. Same goes for Dark Pit, who's just a doppelganger of Pit created from the Mirror of Truth. Next stop, Nope Never. But things do get a bit spicier in Dragon Quest. In Dragon Quest XI, Hero has the option to choose a life partner from among several characters, including Gemma, Jade, Serena, and others. While these choices occur in the post-game and are more about cohabitation than traditional marriage, some fans speculate about the implications of choosing one character over another, especially if the protagonist had previously shown affection toward a different character. While this doesn't mean he's technically cheated or that he has been cheated on, I do smell something, and it smells very, very fishy, so you know in which category Hero's going. But let's look at a few fighters. Ryu and Ken from Street Fighter are too focused on their martial arts journeys to get tangled in romantic drama, even though there are lots of characters that could have made great love triangle material. You know I'm talking about Chun-Li, but let's move on. Terry from Fatal Fury is a loyal lone wolf with no time for relationship scandals while avenging his father. And Little Mac from Punch-Out is also way too busy training for the next title bout to even think about romance. All of them are nope nevers. But what about the Minecraft rumors? According to a 2016 issue of Lego Club magazine, Steve and Alex are described as being in a romantic relationship. That's sweet and all, but let's get real. When you're building houses with someone else, who's to say they're not sneaking off to dig another mine with another player? The world of Minecraft is vast, and temptation is just a block away. While there's no hard evidence of infidelity, there's enough room in this procedurally generated love story for something shady to be happening. Verdict? Something's fishy. Steve and Alex might be crafting more than just pickaxes. Which brings me to Sonic. Amy Rose has been chasing Sonic harder than a Chaos Emerald at full sprint. But Sonic? He's been running from commitment faster than Eggman's latest contraption. Sure, Amy's affection is obvious, bordering on obsessive, but Sonic's constant indifference makes you wonder, is he dodging romance or is he hiding something? Enter Blaze the Cat from Sonic Rush. Their fiery teamwork and undeniable chemistry light up the screen, and not just because of her pyrokinesis. And let's not forget Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, where Princess Elise plants a full-on kiss on Sonic. Amy wasn't even in the scene, but you know she felt it. Then there's Rouge the Bat, whose flirtations are as smooth as her jewel heists. While Sonic plays it cool, you have to ask, has he ever slipped up? Verdict, something's fishy. Sonic might not be settling down, but he's definitely raising some red flags with his fast and free approach to relationships. Poor Amy. She's in a love story where the hero keeps speed boosting away. And I believe the same goes for Mega Man. He's a robot created by a scientist, so can he even be in a relationship? Does kissing compute? Either way, canonically, he's never been in a relationship or been cheated on. And I'm glad he didn't have to go through anything like that, because he's my favorite. But something's a-brewing in Kingdom Hearts. Sora and Kairi share a deep bond, often interpreted as romantic. But Raikou, their close friend, also cares deeply for Kairi. This dynamic has led to speculation about a potential love triangle, though the games do not confirm or deny any romantic rivalry or infidelity. I'm putting Sora in the something's fishy tier. Moving right on to Metal Gear. Snake is too mission-focused and emotionally guarded to get caught up in romantic betrayals. Sure, he's had close connections like with Meryl, but his life as a soldier leaves no room for messy love triangles or infidelity. And then we have another interesting one, PacMan. PacMan and Miss Pac-Man may be the original power couple of the arcade world, but dig beneath the pixelated surface and things get messy. First, Miss Pac-Man wasn't even part of the family at the start. She was a marketing spin-off born out of a licensing deal. Then we have Junior Pac-Man, their child, who shows up without any explanation. Marriage, commitment, timeline coherence? Forget it. This is a relationship held together by dots and power pellets. And let's talk about Miss Pac-Man's wandering paths. While Pac-Man sticks to his maze, Miss Pac-Man takes alternate routes, loops unpredictably, and generally plays by her own rules. Coincidence? Or a metaphor for a relationship where someone's stepping outside the grid? Meanwhile, Pac-Man's constant ghost chasing feels less like a hero's quest and more like an elaborate excuse to avoid home life. Verdict: something's fishy. Their relationship isn't just arcade chaos, it's a soap opera waiting to be written. And with all those cherries Pac-Man's gobbling up, who knows what fruit might tempt him next? But there is some love trouble afoot in Final Fantasy, it seems. Cloud Strife's relationships with Tifa and Aerith are central to Final Fantasy VII. While Cloud shares a deep childhood bond with Tifa, who has always harbored feelings for him, his connection with Aerith introduces a more immediate and emotionally charged dynamic. Aerith's playful yet profound interactions with Cloud hint at mutual affection, creating a tension-filled love triangle. The game's mechanics even allow players to sway Cloud's affections depending on choices, adding fuel to the fan debate. Definitely something fishy going on here. But Sephiroth, on the other hand, doesn't have time for romance or betrayal when he's too busy pursuing godhood and burning entire villages to the ground. So he gets a nope never. Speaking of which, let's run through a bunch of obvious nopes. Kirby's only love is food, Meta Knight's married to Mystery, and King Dedede, he's in a committed relationship with being annoying. Inkling from Splatoon's idea of romance is splattering someone with ink, which is fun, but not exactly relationship material. Pikmin are more likely to get stepped on than cheated on, and that's just the tragic truth. The Ice Climber duo are too busy climbing mountains together to ever deal with messy love drama teamwork goals, really. And I think they might be brother and sister. Game & Watch is loyal to one thing only, beeping his way through life with zero romantic entanglements. In Duck Hunt, the dog's too busy laughing at you, and the duck's just trying not to get shot. Zero chance of romantic betrayal here. The villagers and Isabella from Animal Crossing are too wholesome to cheat, unless we're talking about selling fake art at inflated prices. Min Min from ARM's main love is ramen, and honestly, who can blame her? Love triangles don't stand a chance against noodles. Banjo and Kazooie are basically an old married couple, but one of them lives in the other's backpack. What's there to cheat on? And ROB can't even form a romantic relationship, but if he could, it'd probably be with a stack of gyros. Xenoblade's characters are not so obvious. Shulk and Fiora might look like the perfect couple in Xenoblade Chronicles, but let's not forget Malia, the third wheel with a crush so big it could power the Monado. While Shulk stays loyal to Fiora, on the surface, his obliviousness to Malia's feelings creates enough romantic tension to fuel a sequel. It's not outright infidelity, but when you're sharing heartfelt moments with one girl while another is clearly pining for you, let's just say Shulk isn't exactly clearing the air. And what about Pyra and Mithra? Sharing the same body and working as a synchronized duo, these two have zero room for romantic drama between them. Their connection with Rex is deep, but it's also a logistical nightmare for a love triangle, unless Rex decides to complicate things. Thankfully, Rex keeps it professional. Mostly. Verdict? Shulk, something's fishy. His heart may be in the right place, but his friend-zoning game is playing with fire. Pyra and Mithra, nope, never. They're too in sync for this mess, and Rex hasn't ruined it. Yet. But now for Bayonetta. Bayonetta might be the queen of self-empowerment, but her love life is as chaotic and unpredictable as one of her battles. On one side, you have Luca, the charming journalist who evolves from skeptical investigator to hopeless romantic in Bayonetta 3. But here's the twist. While Luca's pining, Bayonetta's interactions with Jean raise plenty of eyebrows. Their bond isn't just about teamwork, it's charged with a depth and loyalty that hints at something more. Jean has risked her life repeatedly for Bayonetta, even delving into hell to save her in the first game. Their synchronized fighting style and intimate conversations go beyond mere camaraderie. Let's not kid ourselves. Bayonetta doesn't just flirt, she commands. Whether it's with Luca, Jean, or anyone else in her orbit, you can bet there's more going on behind the scenes. While the games never spell it out, the tension is palpable. Jean's loyalty runs deeper than friendship, and Luca? Well, let's just say he's not the only one getting Bayonetta's undivided attention. Verdict? Infidelity. Bayonetta isn't juggling relationships, she's juggling entire storylines of romantic intrigue. And honestly, she makes it look good. And now, moving on to something weirder, Wii Fit. Although the Wii Fit trainer teaches yoga to hundreds and thousands of men every day, she definitely falls in the nope, never category. There's just not much going on there. But the Mii characters are something completely different. In Tamagotchi Life, Mii characters don't just interact, they bring the drama. Players can craft intricate relationships, form friendships, and even spark marriages. But here's the kicker, these Miis are as loyal as a sieve holding water. Love triangles, unrequited crushes, and surprise confessions are practically built into the gameplay. One moment they're exchanging vows, the next they're exchanging glances with someone else's sweetheart. Let's face it, every Mii character has dabbled in betrayal. Whether it's the awkward fallout of a love confession or a full-blown digital affair, these pixelated avatars are relationship chaos incarnate. Verdict: infidelity. Miis aren't just cheating, they've turned it into an art form. But does this extend to the big hitters like Donkey Kong, Mario, and Wario? Wario is primarily depicted as a treasure hunter and entrepreneur, with his adventures focusing on wealth accumulation and rivalry with Mario. Throughout the series, there's no canonical evidence of Wario engaging in romantic relationships, let alone instances of infidelity. So it's a nope for him, from me. The trouble starts with Donkey Kong. DK's kidnapping of Pauline in the original Donkey Kong arcade game could imply some level of attraction, or rivalry with Mario over her. Although later media retcons this into being more of a villainous act, and I believe that. Donkey Kong's in a weird relationship with Candy Kong, his presumed love interest. She occasionally shows up to support him, but their relationship is more implied than explored. And Diddy Kong with Dixie Kong, his adventurous partner in crime. The two are depicted as a close duo with a relationship built on teamwork and banana hoarding, but nothing scandalous ever goes down. So there's no canonical cheating happening as far as I could tell. And oh yes, as for King K. Rool, well, his one true love is chaos and bananas, and he's definitely single. Almost like Mario is, most of the time. But before we get into Mario's romantic woes, let's first see which Mario characters are definitely not caught up in scandalous triangles. Rosalina and Luma, Bowser Jr., Yoshi, Daisy, and the Piranha Plant all go to the Nope Never tier because they're either too busy saving galaxies, riding dinosaurs, or just being literal plants to worry about romantic drama. So we're left with Mario, Dr. Mario, let's be real, just Mario in a lab coat, Luigi, Peach, and Bowser. But don't be fooled, this isn't just a straightforward love triangle, it's a full-blown soap opera with infidelity written all over it. Let's start with Peach. Ever wonder why she keeps getting kidnapped? Maybe she's not the helpless damsel everyone thinks she is. Instead, she might be orchestrating these abductions to keep Mario and Bowser constantly vying for her attention. It's like she's the star of her own reality show, where every season ends with Mario busting in to save her and Bowser plotting his next move. And don't forget Super Mario Odyssey, where Bowser plans an entire wedding, complete with a bridal gown for Peach. Romance? Definitely. But in a move worthy of The Bachelor, Peach rejects both Mario and Bowser, leaving them at the altar. Playing hard to get? More like playing everyone. And then there's Luigi. Whenever Mario's off saving galaxies or cosplaying as a doctor, Luigi steps in to rescue Peach. Is he just being a loyal brother-in-law, or is there something deeper going on? Luigi's always been the nice guy, quietly swooping in while Mario and Bowser are distracted. Call it unrequited love or secret feelings, but Luigi's devotion to Peach feels a little too personal. As for Mario, he's not off the hook either. For someone so devoted to Peach, he sure spends a lot of time cozying up to Pauline, his old flame from Donkey Kong. Sure, they're just friends now, especially with Pauline's new career as New Donk City's mayor. But you know those sparks aren't entirely gone. Peach is probably side-eyeing those two every time Mario comes back from a trip to New Donk. And Bowser? Oh, he's the wild card. From forcing Peach into wedding plans to occasionally teaming up with Mario to save the Mushroom Kingdom, Bowser's feelings might actually be the most genuine in this chaotic mess. But let's not kid ourselves. Kidnapping your crush every other Tuesday isn't exactly the path to healthy romance. Verdict: infidelity. Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Bowser aren't just caught in a web of romantic tension. They're running a never-ending relay race of betrayal. Every time you think the drama's over, someone grabs the baton and keeps it going. Let me know in the comments if you agree.